it's that perfect weather time of year again, which in Mississippi does not last very long. I think it's probably in the low 70s right now, which ain't too bad. Yeah, got a cheap bottle of champagne to sip on. I'm reading Black Swans by Babitz. So I've read 2 books about Babitz. What is it? I always get them confused. Eve's Hollywood, I think, is Eve's book. Yeah, so it's called Hollywood's Eve, by Lily Analick, and then Gideon and Babitz, also by Lily Analick. And they're gossipy books for sure, but they're fun. And Eve is just painted as some like really, really interesting individual. And so I've kind of been meaning for a while to get around to one of her books, and I had picked this up a couple years ago, I think around the time I read Hollywood's Eve, and maybe I should have picked up Eve's Hollywood or Slow Days Fast Company, but I picked up this one for whatever reason. And so, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm like 4 or 5 stories in. Not quite halfway through it yet. But I'm finding it very interesting. It's very clear that these are very subtly fictionalized, I guess maybe a way to say it. I think they are more or less just true stories about things that she did and things that happened to her. It doesn't necessarily read like fiction, which doesn't necessarily mean it isn't. But yeah, she's a very interesting person, no doubt, and I do like the way she writes. It's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Let me just read a bit of the first story in here, Jealousy. The dictionary I own does not define jealousy as pain. It uses words like resentment, envy, mental uneasiness from suspicion, and the effect mood. Nowhere does it have a word that lies in the gutter, weeping into that serious intensity of red-hot black days and nights of raging hell that my friend Proust and I mean by jealousy. Nor does my dictionary mention that curious after-effect common to all agony, whereby one morning it's all gone. You wake up feeling just fine and realize you've painted your entire apartment black so that later on, to explain, you must remark uneasily. All that. And when I saw him last week, he was just a bald shrimp. God, jealousy sure is a mad dog from hell with rabies. I did the porch black too. Mother Nature blots out everything and leaves only empty spaces in our past where pain once raged and jealousy tore through our souls. If we survive how it felt, what it tasted like. Few among us are brave enough for folly like that. Only artists, in fact, seem able to touch those memories, bringing evidence that indeed there does exist what my dictionary describes as a mood of jealousy. If you haven't read Eve Babitz, I definitely think you should go for it. This is where I'm starting. From what I understand, it's not the best place to start. But I think I told somebody this the other day. I rarely end up starting at the best place. This was the one that kind of called out to me from the shelf, if you will. And I picked it up, and I'm enjoying it. And I will be reading more from her when I finish this. I will probably go to Slow Days Fast Company because that one just sounds interesting. I think it's a similar thing, but I don't think it's even pretending to be fiction. if I remember correctly, which I may not be. But yeah, I'm just going to enjoy the weather. I've got the Celtics game on in my peripheral in there. And yeah, cheers. See y'all again soon, I hope.